Howdy, hi. This is Teardrop Sports NBA picks and predictions for Monday, February 23rd, 2026. We are looking at every single game on the slate. Let's get into the video. All right, before we talk about tomorrow's games, we got to talk about previous nights. We go 4-5, bringing our year record to 435 and 398. We go down a little bit in the graph, as you can see, bringing our overall result for February to 53 and 33. If you would like to get a cool graph like this, track all of your sports bets for free and odd shop to see which book has the best number, you can do that for absolute free. And if you download using the link in the description and you link one sportsbook, you get a free $3 sent to your Venmo or PayPal. Very easy, very simple. A simpleton like me can do it, which means you can do it very easily. Link in the description. Now I will recap. A weird day in the NBA. We go 3-1 on over-unders. We go 1-3 on spreads. And then we go 0-1 in player props as the Lakers get destroyed. And I'm pretty sure Luka missed this by like 15. So we'll talk about it right now. First game, it was my Cleveland Cavaliers. It was the Oklahoma City Thunder without their point guard. The first game ever we lose in the James Harden era. Final score, Cleveland 113, Thunder 121. Honestly, I thought Cleveland played pretty well for 3 quarters of basketball. Unfortunately, we did not play the first quarter as we were down 40-25 at the end of that first quarter. We won every single following quarter besides the fourth. So we tried to stage a little bit of a comeback. I think we actually took the lead towards the end half of the third quarter, but we don't get it done as Chet Holmgren goes for 17, 15, and 4. Then we had the over 230.5 in the Warriors and the Nuggets game. This game was absurd. Jokic drops a triple-double, and the Warriors win by 11 points. How this happens, I don't know. Al Horford turned back the clock 10 years and scored 22. DeAnthony Melton dropped 20. You had Moody drop 23. Podziemski was 1 assist away from a triple-double. He had 15 rebounds. A 6'4" white dude from Santa Clara had 15 rebounds in the NBA. Make that make sense, because it doesn't. Then we had the under 228.5 in the Celtics and the Lakers. Lakers just didn't show up to the court today. The final score, Boston 111, Lakers 89. Marcus Smart, 22 minutes played, 0 points. He went 0 for 7 from the field. DeAndre Ayton, 24 minutes played, 4 points. You had LaRavia, 4 points, 24 minutes. Rui, 21 minutes, 5 points. It's like, guys, we cannot be doing this. Luka, he went for 25, 5, and 3. LeBron, 24 and 5. The team did not shoot well from the field, nor did they shoot well from deep. 39% from the field, 30% from deep. They lose the rebound battle by 14. They win the turnover battle. They just couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. And then the only winner on the spread, it was the Chicago Bulls. So you know your day's going rough when your only winner is the Bulls. They lose this game by 6. Honestly, they were playing really good in the first half, and then they just decided, hey, we need to lose because we can't win. We want our draft stock to be better. Therefore, we lose the game. You had Yabusele with the double-double. Neither team really shot the ball well from the free throw line. The Bulls played good, though. If they actually wanted to win this game, they probably could have. Losers, Cleveland minus 2.5. We talked about it. They were down 15 at the end of the first quarter. Nuggets, I have no idea how you let Podziemski absolutely destroy you as a team. Lakers, the only 2 guys who showed up were Luka and LeBron. The rest of the team, I guess, were still on vacation. And then we had the Knicks over 232.5. That did not stand a shot in hell. This game was very slow-paced. Neither team played well. They were lucky they won. All right, that is the recap. Let's get on to what we got for tomorrow. All right, so we only got 3 games on the slate today. We'll go through these nice and quick, and we'll get on to it. First game, probably the game of the day, Spurs and the Pistons. Why are the Spurs a dog? Give me San Antonio plus 100 on the shmoney line. Give me the over 227.5. Spurs starting 5, Castle, Fox, Vassell, Champagny, Wembanyama. Pistons starting 5, Cade, Robinson, Thompson, Harris, Duren. Injury time, Spurs, you got Plumlee, Waters and Jones Garcia ruled out. The Pistons, you have Stewie still out because he decided to fight their entire team. And I think he still has 2 or 3 more games to go on this suspension. It feels a lot longer just because it happened right before the All-Star break. But he's still out for a decent amount of time. The Spurs, I believe they have the longest current winning streak in the association. It is 8 games in a row. They're healthy for the most part. I mean, Waters isn't really getting much playing time. I don't think Plumlee was getting many minutes off the bench. And I don't even know who Jones Garcia is. So everybody in the roster you could possibly want, you have. I have no clue why they are the dog. They have a 7'3" demon down low. I don't see how Duren is stopping him. I have the Spurs laying like 2.5 or 3. If I was making lines, that's what I would put him at. Pistons, they're a one-man team. If you stop Cade Cunningham, you stop the entire roster. Unless you think Duncan Robinson is going to make 10 3-pointers, Thompson's going to suddenly become a freak on defense, or Tobias Harris is going to wind back the clock 7 years and proceed to drop 30 a game. None of that is happening. Pistons, they are playing well. I think I bet them their previous game laying 10.5 against someone. They've won 5 in a row. But again, who is stopping Wembanyama? You don't even have Stewart off the bench to go in there and just punch him if he's playing well, because he's already kicked off. So you have Duren and then a bunch of backups, or the backups to the backups. No thank you. Give me the Spurs. Next game, this might be the most absurd line in the history of lines. Memphis is laying 5 points. You could give me a lot of teams in the Big Ten right now, and I would take 5 points against this Memphis roster. Kings starting 5, Westbrook, DeRozan, Murray, Achua, and then Reynaud. Grizzlies starting 5, Clayton, Hendricks, Wells, Jerome, Prosper. All right, now we got the injury report for the Kings. A lot of guys they're paying a lot of money to are out for the year. Hunter is out with an eye injury. Levine's out for the season with something. Cardwell, I think, is just out. And then Sabonis is out for the season. The Grizzlies, you have Aldama, Coward, Clark, KCP, Ja, Edey, all out. Then you have Kyle Anderson, who I forgot was even on this team, as questionable. Kings, again, I already mentioned every single dude they're paying a bunch of money to, not named DeRozan. I think they're paying Murray a decent amount. Everyone else, though, they're not actually playing the rest of the year. Normally, I wouldn't take the Kings at such a short number, but the Grizzlies are awful. Their starting power forward is 6'5" Ty Jerome. How? The Grizzlies don't have anyone down low to guard Reynaud or Achua for that matter. The Kings should win this thing on the money line. Give me the Kings. This is ridiculous. All right, and then final game, another awful, awful basketball game. There's only 2 games I think you can take. No, there's only 1 game you can take player props in, and that is why I'm going with Wemby PRA over 36.5. Who the hell is stopping that man? Take a good look. Who is stopping him? The answer is no one. Either way, Rockets, I'm going to lay 14.5. I will also take the over. Utah starting 5, Collier, Conchar, Bailey, Williams, and Filipowski. That is a young-ass lineup. Good Lord. Rockets starting 5, the opposite of a young lineup. Thompson, Eason, KD, Smith, and Şengün. Actually, that's like, KD's in there, so you got to throw some old age, but I guess it's kind of young. Injury report, the Jazz, you got Nurkic, Jackson, and Kessler all out. And you got Lauri Markkanen and Keontae George is questionable. Those are 2 pretty big pieces to have questionable. The Rockets, you have Steven Adams, Van Fleet, and Tate all out. And that's it. Excuse me. The Jazz are in a weird spot. They've had 3 days off in between their last road game at Memphis. I would assume they just went right to Houston instead of going back to Utah for a day just to go to Houston afterwards. There's a lot of dangerous activities you can get into in Houston. Strip clubs, barbecue, cowboy shit. A lot of stuff you can get into if you're there for a weekend, which they were. Then you add on top of the strip clubs and cowboys, Keontae George and Lauri Markkanen might not play. There's no real reason for them to play. You're on the road at the Rockets. I think you're losing regardless whether they play or not. Why risk injury? Just sit them and lose by 25. It does not matter. Rockets, they are coming off of a choke job of a loss at the Knicks. They were up by 18 points midway through the second half, and they lose the game. This should be belt to ass. This is back-to-back home games against the Jazz and the Kings. I think they win both games by 20. I will take Houston. I'll take the over. And I already mentioned it. Give me Victor Wembanyama, PRA over 36.5. I think this dude could go for 50 points. The Pistons ain't got nobody to stop this man. Give me his over. All right, that's going to do it for me in this video. I appreciate you tuning in and watching. Now we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.